I'm Brendan Appel with Sons of Speed, and this is the 2016 Ford Mustang GT 5.0 convertible. In Hawaii, so let's say you're in a beautiful destination like Hawaii, where I am, and you've got a car you need to rent. What are you gonna pick? You're gonna pick the cheapest one, you're gonna pick an SUV, maybe you need size for your entire family, but if you don't, maybe you pick a 5.0 Mustang convertible. As a convertible and as a rental car in a very nice area, I'm on the island of Kauai right now. This is exactly what you want to have. Oh yeah, definitely. So this thing being a rental car doesn't have a stick shift, unfortunately, but it does still get up and go when you get on it. And it does have paddle shifters, which in sport mode allow you to shift through all of the gears, which I believe there are 6. So this being a GT, you do have different driving modes available to you. You've got normal, you've got sport and sport plus, and track mode as well. Track mode, I believe, turns off all of the electronic nannies. So the steering, I have it in sport steering right now. It feels a little over boosted, but not too bad. The shifts on full throttle upshifting are so smooth. You get a little jolt, you get a little kickback because it gets into the next gear so quickly and on power. It's like power shifting a stick shift. The other cool thing about this car I didn't expect to see are air-conditioned seats, which in the warm sun is a blessing to have. So the air-conditioned seats, it's got heated seats, it's got a great stereo system, a shaker system. Even these gauges, I just love how they call them. There's no speedometer, there's a ground speed gauge. There's the revolutions per minute on the other side. The gauges are just perfect classic Mustang. You just feel like you are in the quintessential pony car driving this thing around. Mustangs sound great. That's one of the best things about them is their exhaust. But I do have to say, on this car, it's too quiet. When you give it full throttle, you can hear more of the engine than you do of the exhaust. All right, nobody behind us. Traction control is off. Let's see what she can do. Oh, that's so much fun. The brakes on the car are really good. The brake feel on them is fantastic. Despite what the numbers are, and for the GT, they're fairly good. But it really, you feel in control. They have excellent brakes. I gotta say, having been in a lot of Mustangs throughout the years, the interior on this one is really good. They really did a good job. They've got the twin consoles going here. They did a great job with the gauges. They're very customizable as far as colors and things like that. There's so much interior room in the front of this car. Much more than you get on anything else in its class. The leg room on the passenger side is really tremendous. I mean, if you've got a tall passenger or you're a tall driver, it's a great car. It doesn't leave a lot of room for people in the back seat, so even though it's 4 seats and you can do that if you need to, I wouldn't make a habit out of making this a 4-seat car. But the vents and the gauges and the switches are all cool. The start-stop engine button is really neat. And just the toggle switches are they're so neat. They're just so neat. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to make it look old school, aircrafty, but they did. And you have to really appreciate when a car company is really trying. They're really trying to do things that you want to see, or they think you want to see. They're going the extra step. They're taking that extra mile to bring you an experience that is above and beyond just your average everyday, Japanese car or even a German car, or they're just making everything functional. This is functional, but it's also aesthetic. It's also Art Deco. It's also what makes a Mustang a Mustang. It's what makes muscle cars muscle cars. It's what gives car guys that joy when they get in their car. It just makes it feel home. It's an extension of yourself. You want to know another cool thing about this car? It has a real handbrake. The backup camera on this thing is big, but it's not very bright, and there's a lot of glare on the screen. So like right now, I can't even see the screen because there's so much glare from the front seat. So as you can see, the screen isn't really, this is from my perspective. That's what I'm looking at. They really need an anti-glare coating or to brighten it up or something along those lines, because you can't really see the screen in bright sunlight. It is a convertible, so obviously this is going to be an issue that they should have thought about when they made the car. So while we're on the interior, a couple more thoughts. First, these seats are really nice. They're very soft, they're very comfortable. There's a little bit of bolster in the side, but again, this is not meant to go on the track, so there's not going to be a huge side bolster here. But it's enough to keep you in place if you're taking a twisty mountain road. But they're very comfortable. All right, we're going to see if we can do a quick 0 to 60 test. A lot of wheel spin on the last one. Okay, begin. All right, 5.8 seconds. You're going to give 0 to 60. Another shot. Here we go. Much better launch. Alright, 5.2 seconds. That's what I figured. With a good traction, good launch, you're going to get around 5 seconds, 0 to 60. Well, no car review in Kauai would be complete without a twisty drive up Waimea Canyon Road. So that's what we're going to do. So the 5.0 motor doesn't have a lot of torque down low, but it likes to stay up in the rev range. So on a twisty road like this, second gear is where the car really wants to be. Above 4,000 RPMs. And then you get great response, good pickup. You just punch it, the thing will go. The steering in this thing is good. Again, for a GT car, for a car that weighs a ton, it actually is very, very good steering. There's a bit of body roll in the suspension and in the chassis. That's to be expected. We're sitting on stock tires and wheels. These are not the upgradable wheels that you can get with a lower profile and less roll. Definitely second gear is where this car wants to be. Revving high, sounds great. Again, could use a little more punch in the exhaust, but put an aftermarket one on and you're going to be driving with a smile on your face. Oh, that's beautiful.
steering is great. It's a little bit not quite as sharp as you would expect in a sports car, but again, I'm not expecting sports car handling right here, but for what it is, this thing is really hustling. Really nice transition right there. I mean, left to right. A convertible, you expect more flex, more weight. Wouldn't handle that very well. Great brakes. Good tracking. I got the left front tire to chirp on braking. So we had all the weight on the right side of the car. Oh, what a great spot that. Look at that. This thing is fantastic. Alright, Mustang owners, I think I know what you see in this car. It's not quite to a Camaro's chassis level of handling, but it's darn close. It's fun. It really is fun. And I've got the top down. Doing this with the top down, hearing the V8. Look at this. Left, right, nothing. It's perfect. Just drops right in there. Oh, well, the Nürburgring of vehicles just showed up. The Dodge Caravan. Just a little bit of tire squeal from the front end, but it doesn't push. There's no understeer. It's very nicely balanced. Believe me, I'm not being gentle in these corners. We are throwing the weight back and forth, and it's handling it very well. Why take a race line if you're driving 22 miles an hour? I don't get. Look at this guy, like he's Mario frickin' Andretti.
This thing is just a wonderful, almost old-fashioned beach car. I mean, this is the kind of thing you just pull up at the beach, hop out, and get in the water, and it just has that nostalgic feel to it. The gauges, the power, the drop top. It's a fantastic car. So that's our review of the new Mustang GT convertible. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed driving it around Kauai. In sum, it's a great car, just perfect for what it is. It's a pony car with a drop top, and if you are looking for something that just have fun in, you're gonna love this car. For Sons of Speed, this has been Brendan, and I'll catch you next time.